Africa in there.
Not anymore. Not anymore. Right. Full log. Full log. Full log. And have you destroyed the ground? No. And that unreal.
That is. I don't even need all that.
But you won't listen to me. Well, everybody, we are getting towards the end of this Little GRASSMEN 10 years series. We've 2 DVDs left to talk about, and I suppose I'm going to get straight into this one here. GRASSMEN, Agri Is Our Culture. It was something Gary and I and the team had talked about, and it was just a way of bringing the words agriculture together. And Agri is our culture, because it is our culture. And I suppose, as I'm holding this here in my hand and literally looking down this camera at everybody, never in my lifetime has the Agri is our culture resonated so true or been so important. Like, we are in tough times. We are in 2020. Coronavirus is sweeping through. Vegan animal activists have been sweeping through the country and rising to power, and agriculture has so much been receiving so much negativity in the press. And you know, around this time we had been releasing our slogan, no farmers, no food, no future, and never has it came to in my whole life that it's so true, it's so important. Agriculture is the backbone, in my opinion, of any economy. And if you want an economy to be strong or to be good or whatever, you have to feed the people. You have to be in a position. I can't understand that we even allowed it to get to where it was going to. There's been all these leaked papers, official papers from governments and stuff, that we can import all our food. And I'm like sitting going, really? Really? Have we such a short memory? A lot of people might not know this. A lot of people probably don't care, but I suppose my background or my official training is in economics and management. I have a degree in agricultural economics and management. I don't talk an awful lot about that, but I suppose I might as well be honest, and I do like to follow the world markets and the world stuff, and sometimes I'd love to be stood up there in front of people and I would choke them, but I'm not politically minded or politically motivated or anything along those lines. But one thing that I will fight for and promote to the day I die is agriculture. And this DVD, Agri Is Our Culture, it's just old school type of DVD. Visited 3 contractors. One of them, again, wanted to go back to McConaghy's, wanted to go back to Killen Brothers and see how they had changed over the years. And then we introduced the Wallace Brothers in this particular DVD. The fleet that stands out in this for me, most certainly without a shadow of a doubt, is Killen Brothers. The reason being the growth. The growth these lads have achieved since the first video, Westbound and Down, that we've seen them in. The amount of kit, machinery, the milking parlour had been updated, just the whole world in front of them, and they were driving together, one indestructible force going together. And as I said to you earlier before when we were talking about Westbound and Down, I remember leaving there going, how's that going to work in the future? And I remember standing there going, whoa, look at this. The one thing that resonates so funny and so true in that is that my thoughts were resonated by their own father Derek, who was saying that, you know, things will change as the brothers getting married and stuff, they will change. But at the minute, what a force, what a team, unbelievable. Correct me if I'm wrong, have you now 3 sons married?
3 sons married
and 1 almost.
Almost, that's correct.
Almost.
That's correct.
And grandchildren and all have started
well,
arriving.
To be honest, the girls are all working. They have all jobs, and the boys, they work away, and the girls just have to put up with it. To be honest with you.
Can it grow as much in the next 4 years as it has grown in the last 4 years? Physically, can it?
Well, it will, definitely will. There's no stopping them. Well, there's 14 tractors there now, but they're going to be motorising changes and tankers of changes. But as far as we're concerned, they're working 16 hours a day roughly. So I don't know if they can much harder than that. I don't know. Surprising what they can do when they have to. It's a great thing, you know.
We caught up with McConnell Contracts along the north coast again, and look, I'm already there. I'm converted. Absolutely loved it. And then we met Wallace Brothers, and Glynn, Wallace and myself have become good friends over the last 2 or 3 years, and oh my, they just do work. Just to see guys that just, the amount of work these guys clear up and red up is absolutely phenomenal. It's mind-blowing. Well, you do work all over then. I mean, as a business, you're working, you know, where are you based?
Between Newry and Market Hill.
And you work all over basically. How far do you go? Or, well, obviously we know you went to England now at the straw, but how far do you go generally within your contracting?
Generally, as a rule, for the silage end of things, it's within 10 or 12 mile radius of the yard. But the maize work would come right down here as far as Ashbourne or North Dublin. But a large percentage of this maize work is all being lorried back to local customers of ours. There's very little maize that we cut in the south that stays in the south. This particular job here, there's a fella from Armagh is feeding cattle in this man's yard. It's a local customer of ours that we're doing it for.
And so it's mostly Armagh, and then the maize is the one job that brings you into the south a wee bit?
Yeah, well, we'll do a few grass jobs in the south as well, but more in the Dundalk area, which is still only 15 miles from home.
I suppose the one thing that made this DVD a little bit different was, yes, we caught up with people, we worked with people, but there was a big thing going on in the background with this DVD, and it's on the front cover. We had got to the stage in GRASSMEN where manufacturers were really wanting to start and work with us, showcase their product. And a way back in Full of the Pipe DVD, we made a real statement that the Krone Big X was a serious player. And Krone, throughout those years, had now introduced the Big X narrow-bodied machine. We call it the Baby X. That's a very unofficial title, by the way. We're not allowed to say that. I'm only joking. And they introduced a Big X 630, 630mm drum, 630 horsepower, 1 horsepower, blah, 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 everything. bang, all the rest of it. That's the job, that's the most efficient. They had nailed it with this harvester, in my opinion. They had got so many things right based on the bigger series, and since then that has all changed again as well. So we asked for one, Agri Technica. We were there. We asked Hank Fieldman, can we have a harvester? And he said yes. So I'm a little bit, whoa, we want one for a season. Yeah, no problem. We believe in it, we love it. So we took the harvester, we gave it a little bit of a GRASSMEN twist. We had a new lorry in the go at the time, a complete crown jewel in the fleet, styled, in my opinion, to perfection, to suit both our brand and to suit our taste. And we got local manufacturing firm NC Engineering to make us a low loader. We wanted to keep it as local as we could and showcase the quality of some local engineering, and that's exactly what we did. And this DVD was different because, yeah, we met people that we'd met before, yeah, we spoke to people, but rather than us just coming in and being invasive and going in and talking to them about what it is they do and getting information, we were like, actually guys, we've brought you something. We want you to have a go with this harvester, tell us what you think. Stephen, why is there a Krone harvester on our low loader?
Well, GRASSMEN came to us probably a year ago. As you said, a mad plan, just to trust us. Give us a 630 and we'll do great things.
You ready for us to go chop some grass?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, it led to Bob McConnaghy talking about the Krone being something that getting to be a machine that you would have to seriously consider. And Bob McConnaghy, folks, I can tell you from experience, is the most die-hard class man you will ever find. But he had a great respect for the Krone harvester. What's your thoughts on the Krone harvesters for you? You've followed them from they first came in to the country.
Well, my thoughts would be that they're always making improvements. A Krone harvester is getting something that you'd be considering.
Be a long time before you'd consider you're still a class man at heart, Bob.
Every machine has points that's to be recommended. They're no machine perfect.
And when it comes to big M's, don't even start me on big M's when it comes to Bob, because his famous statement in the last DVD was, there's no machine can mow like a big M, no machine in this earth. That's how much he loves that product. So it was good, and the Wallace Brothers, they had it, they thoroughly loved it. The 630 was out with you with the new Easy Collect 10-row header. What did you think of our 630 when you got her running it?
Well impressed with it, a very smooth running machine. The header was a good job too, not like the camper, there's not so many places for it to go as it calls it an Easy Collect. It's a good simple head. Great comfort in the harvester as well with the axle suspension.
In the back of your mind, you've told me that you're thinking of changing the 890. Is the 630 a viable option for you?
Money talks.
Oh, these contractors and their money. I think Glynn would almost have bought it, just don't know what the story was at that time. And then when look, Killen's, I mean, they were Krone men. They had one. They absolutely loved theirs. They had 6,000 acres through their 630 in year one.
Hard to beat that big machinery, like, you know, it's known to them. Like, you always do a wee job with a big machine, but you can't do a big job with a wee machine, like.
Well, you can try.
You can try, but it usually ends up costing you money some way or another.
What do you love about the Krone? Because you are the Krone man here.
The easy flow header, I think, is very good. Handle any lumps. The 6 feeder rollers, it is run under smooth.
Like, I mean, that's extremely lumpy.
Oh, it is. It is extremely lumpy there. But she's handled like there's no problem with the header stopping or nothing.
It was great to be that DVD, and that was our way of saying Agri is our culture. So when we were getting machinery manufacturers to work with us, we wanted to share that back out and let people get their own experience, because we speak to dealers all the time and we're unsure about how they demo stuff. We speak to manufacturers and we all agree. Dealers pick their pets and do all this crack, whereas we're totally independent, and we were in the position to do that. And to be honest, we created some awesome content, and we were able to take the harvester with the lorry and the low loader to the shows and really show people, actually, GRASSMEN is now a proper brand. We're strong, we are here, we are committed to agriculture, and that was the statement for me that came from this here. So, and Bob McConnell's tagline on this is bang on: no machine's perfect. No matter how much you love a certain type of machine or brand of machine, it's going to give trouble, it's going to be problems. And that is one of the reasons I think that's a great watch. Bernie. Forgot that we called it Bernie. Bernard Krone, Bernie. Not sure how that one went down with Bernard, but he'd be all right.
Something on the surface of her skin, like a cancer black skull, eats her from within. I can hear her screaming out. All these years we've been bleeding her out. Consequences soon to be revealed. So careless with our home, it's time that we don't. Can't you see now where we'll be now? If we don't figure this out, we're the ones to blame. 'Cause time isn't on our side. On this one-way street will we collide? So you go round and round as I take you down, but you can't even make a sound. Blinded by a poignant thing. We can't blame and look the other way, 'cause there'll be nothing left to say. We can make it right if we believe. We're all on this roller coaster ride in a theme park of its crazy mess of life, and it seems like there's no way out. When would now be the right time to change? We can't disregard while the leadership is swayed. Can't you see now where we'll be